Now Pay Later or BNPL has become a popular payment option for shoppers worldwide. It allows consumers to purchase items immediately and pay for them over time, often in installments. While this sounds convenient, there are many myths and misconceptions about how BNPL works, especially when it comes to fees. In this video, we'll break down the most common myths about BNPL fees, helping you understand what's true and what's not. Let's start by exploring what BNPL actually is and why it's so appealing to modern consumers. At its core, BNPL is a financial service that splits your purchase into smaller, manageable payments. Many providers advertise zero interest or no upfront fees, making it seem like a risk-free way to shop. However, the details can vary between providers, and understanding the fine print is crucial. Before we dive into the myths, let's clarify how BNPL typically works and what you should look out for when choosing a provider. One of the biggest myths about BNPL is that it's always free of fees. While many BNPL services promote zero interest or no fees, this is often only true if you make all your payments on time. If you miss a payment or pay late, you could be charged late fees or even interest, depending on the provider. It's important to read the terms and conditions carefully to avoid unexpected costs. Another common misconception is that using BNPL will never affect your credit score. In reality, some BNPL providers may report your payment activity to credit bureaus. If you miss payments or default, it could negatively impact your credit. On the other hand, responsible use might help build your credit history. Always check if your BNPL provider reports to credit agencies before signing up. Many people believe that BNPL never charges interest. While it's true that some plans are interest-free, others may start charging interest if you don't pay off the balance within a certain period. This is especially common with longer-term BNPL plans. Always look for the interest-free period and understand what happens if you miss it. It's easy to assume that BNPL services are completely transparent about their fees. However, some providers may have hidden fees, such as account setup fees, processing fees, or even early repayment penalties. These can add up quickly if you're not careful. Always review the full fee schedule before committing to a BNPL plan. Not all BNPL providers operate in the same way. Some may offer more flexible payment options while others have stricter late fee policies. The types and amounts of fees can vary widely. It's important to compare different BNPL services to find one that suits your needs and budget. Don't assume that all providers have the same fee structure. Some people think BNPL allows unlimited spending. In reality, most BNPL providers set spending limits based on your creditworthiness and payment history. These limits are designed to protect both the consumer and the provider from excessive debt. If you try to exceed your limit, your transaction may be declined. BNPL is often marketed as a cheaper alternative to credit cards. While it can be less expensive if you pay on time, late fees and interest can quickly add up, sometimes making BNPL more costly than using a credit card. It's important to compare the total costs, including all potential fees, before deciding which payment method is best for you. Because BNPL splits payments into smaller amounts, some shoppers believe they don't need to budget. However, it's easy to lose track of multiple installment plans, leading to overspending and missed payments. Responsible budgeting is still essential when using BNPL to avoid unnecessary fees and financial stress. Missing a BNPL payment can have serious consequences. Besides late fees, some providers may restrict your ability to use their service in the future or even send your debt to collections. This can damage your credit and make it harder to access financial products later on. Always prioritize making payments on time. While BNPL is often used for bigger purchases, many providers allow you to use it for smaller items as well. This flexibility can be convenient, but it also increases the risk of accumulating multiple small debts. Be mindful of how many BNPL plans you have open at once. BNPL can be a safe and convenient way to shop, but it's not without risks. If you're not careful, you could end up with more debt than you can handle. It's important to use BNPL responsibly, read all terms and conditions, and only spend what you can afford to repay. Some users assume that BNPL payments are automatically managed and there's no need to check statements. However, errors can happen, and it's your responsibility to monitor your account for any discrepancies or unauthorized charges. Regularly reviewing your statements helps you stay on top of your finances. Although BNPL is popular among younger shoppers, people of all ages use these services. The appeal of flexible payments and easy approval attracts a wide range of consumers. No matter your age, it's important to understand the terms and use BNPL wisely. While BNPL shares similarities with loans, it's technically a payment plan rather than a traditional loan. However, it still involves borrowing money and a commitment to repay. Understanding this distinction can help you better manage your financial obligations. Some believe that anyone can use BNPL without any approval process. In reality, most providers perform at least a basic credit check or assess your payment history before approving you for a BNPL plan. This helps them manage risk and ensure responsible lending. While many BNPL approvals are quick, not all are instant. Some providers may take additional time to review your application, especially for larger purchases or if there are concerns about your creditworthiness. Be prepared for possible delays in some cases. Although BNPL started with online retailers, many brick-and-mortar stores now offer BNPL options at checkout. This expansion gives shoppers more flexibility in how and where they use BNPL. Always check if your favorite store offers BNPL before making a purchase. Security is a top concern for any financial service. While reputable BNPL providers use secure technology, no system is completely immune to fraud or data breaches. Protect your information by using strong passwords and monitoring your accounts regularly. BNPL can be a great option in some situations, but it's not always the best deal. Depending on the fees, interest rates, and your ability to pay on time, other payment methods like credit cards or traditional loans might be more cost-effective. Always compare your options before choosing BNPL. Regulation of BNPL services varies by country and region. In some places, BNPL is strictly regulated, while in others there may be fewer consumer protections. It's important to know the rules in your area and understand your rights as a consumer. While BNPL has gained popularity recently, the concept of installment payments has been around for decades. What's new is the digital convenience and widespread availability through apps and online platforms. Understanding its history can help you see BNPL in context. Although BNPL is most common in retail, some providers now offer it for services like travel, healthcare, and even education. This expansion means more opportunities to use BNPL, but also more chances to accumulate debt if you're not careful. Transparency varies among BNPL providers. Some are upfront about all fees and terms, while others may bury important details in the fine print. Always ask questions and read all documentation before agreeing to a BNPL plan. Some people think BNPL should only be used in emergencies, but many use it for everyday purchases. While it can help in a pinch, relying on BNPL for routine spending can lead to financial trouble if not managed carefully. Approval for BNPL is not guaranteed. Providers assess your creditworthiness and payment history before granting access. If you have a poor credit record or too many open BNPL plans, you may be declined. While many BNPL payments are set up for automatic deduction, you may still need to manually make payments in some cases. Always confirm your payment schedule and method to avoid missed payments and late fees. BNPL is available at a wide range of retailers, from luxury brands to everyday stores. This accessibility makes it easy to use BNPL for all types of purchases, not just high-end items. While BNPL offers flexibility in payment timing, some providers have strict schedules and penalties for missed payments. Flexibility depends on the provider's policies, so always check the terms before signing up. Not all BNPL plans are interest-free. Some providers charge interest on certain products or after a promotional period ends. Always check if interest applies and when it might start. BNPL can be quick, but sometimes processing or approval delays occur, especially during busy shopping periods. If you need instant approval, check the provider's average processing times before relying on BNPL. Some businesses now use BNPL services to manage cash flow or purchase supplies. This trend is growing, but business BNPL plans may have different terms and fees compared to personal plans. While most BNPL plans are short-term, some providers now offer longer-term installment options. These may come with higher fees or interest, so it's important to understand the full repayment schedule before committing. While some BNPL providers report to credit bureaus, not all do. If you're hoping to build credit, make sure your provider reports your payment history. Otherwise, your responsible payments may not help your credit score. Canceling a BNPL plan isn't always straightforward. Some providers may require you to pay off the balance immediately or charge cancellation fees. Always check the cancellation policy before signing up. BNPL services can differ greatly depending on the country, provider, and even the retailer. Fees, terms, and consumer protections may vary, so it's important to review the details for each BNPL plan you consider. Using BNPL doesn't automatically mean you're in financial trouble. Many people use it for convenience or to manage cash flow. The key is to use BNPL responsibly and avoid taking on more debt than you can handle. While many BNPL providers require a linked bank account or debit card, some allow payments through credit cards or even digital wallets. Always check the payment options available with your provider. BNPL is not free money. It's a form of borrowing that comes with obligations. Failing to repay can result in fees, interest, and damage to your credit. Always treat BNPL as a financial commitment. BNPL can be convenient, but managing multiple plans and payment schedules can become complicated. If you're juggling several BNPL agreements, it's easy to lose track and miss payments. Simplicity depends on your ability to stay organized. BNPL is just one of many payment options. It's not always the best fit for every purchase or every person. Consider your financial situation, the terms of the BNPL plan, and alternative payment methods before making a decision. Most BNPL plans are designed for short-term use, typically a few weeks or months. Relying on BNPL for long-term financing can lead to higher costs and financial strain. Use BNPL for its intended purpose and avoid using it as a substitute for long-term loans. BNPL and layaway are different. With BNPL, you get the product immediately and pay later, while layaway requires you to pay in full before receiving the item. Understanding this difference helps you choose the right payment method for your needs. As we've seen, there are many myths and misconceptions about BNPL fees. Understanding the facts can help you make smarter financial decisions and avoid unnecessary costs. Always read the terms, compare providers, and use BNPL responsibly. By staying informed, you can enjoy the benefits of BNPL without falling for common myths.